Hey, what's up, everybody? Today is TLDR crypto news, where I go over the top trending news for the week, told through headlines and brief sentence recaps. All of these different news stories I'm going to cover in detail. Some of these I'm going to actually go pull out, maybe make some guides. But for now, let's get the TLDR for all of these news articles so you can get up to date. TLDR, for those people who don't know, too long, don't read. So here are some of the top articles, starting with Ethereum. Ethereum rollups will speed up the network, says Vitalik. He recently went on the Tim Ferriss podcast. Listen to that episode, check that out. But he talked about, one of the things he highlighted was this L2 solution can deliver 100 times throughput improvements, and that was part of the Ethereum rollup. Next is from Crypto Potato. Not just MicroStrategy, the story of a small pizza business that bought Bitcoin worth $200,000. Subheadline: in another Bitcoin pizza development, a pizzeria business owner shares the story of how he and his wife bought $200K worth of Bitcoin last year and now sit on 350% ROI. Next, from Finbold, American investment research giant is educating investors on Bitcoin. The investor giant that they're talking about is Morningstar. So if you see Morningstar, you'll probably see, if you're in the US, their analysis on inside your 401k. They're the ones who give you different ratings, but they're starting to do more education. And as you can see by this quote right here, we continue to monitor investor interest in digital asset space and are evaluating how investors might employ cryptocurrencies in their portfolios. As examples, we currently carry over 120 crypto digital asset exchange feeds in our exchange data platform, said Morningstar. All of the links are in the description below, so if you want to check out any of these to dive deeper, find those in the description right now. Next, Crypto Potato again. BlockFi raises $350 million at a $3 billion valuation. Subheadline: the valuation of this popular crypto lending platform, BlockFi, has reached $3 billion after the company raised $350 million in a Series D fundraising round. Crypto Potato again. A number of BSC, which stands for Binance Smart Chain DeFi projects under a DSN hijack hack. CZ Binance warned. Subheadline: a number of DeFi related projects on the Binance Smart Chain, including PancakeSwap, Cream Finance, are under a DNS hijack attack, warned CZ. This was earlier in the week. A lot of you probably saw this, but this is just a recap. This happened. This was last updated on the 15th. We'll see more on this as well. Here I group up a little bit more articles together and their headlines so you can get a better feel for the story. So you're gonna see a few more so that you get a better picture of what exactly happened. Phishing attack uses this from Cointelegraph. Phishing attack uses PancakeSwap and Cream domains to steal money. 2 BSC based projects have been attacked, replacing their websites with a malicious interface. Here comes from Block. DeFi platform PancakeSwap Cream Finance hit by domain name system hijacks. For those of you who have access and are subscribers, you'll be able to read this article. Otherwise, I'm sorry, you have to have a subscription to this. But the subheadline is an update. Cream Finance announced on Twitter that it regained control of its DNS. These sites are now safe to use. Thank you for your patience as we continue to monitor this situation, the project team said. Okay, let me just double check that the stream is good. Okay, stream is good. And talking to Kyle, I did buy Bitcoin with my stimulus, or I'm not personally getting the stimulus, but my girlfriend is, and I'm gonna be investing part of that. I created a video previously to this where I'll go over my beginner strategy, my advanced strategy of what I do. Basically, I'm going to look for upcoming IDOs or an advanced strategy, invest in that, since I already have sizable positions in Ethereum and Bitcoin as well. I'm looking for higher ROI plays, and since I've been inside this space trading on Uniswap and I understand it better, I know the risks that are part of this. So that's what I'm going to do. Check out the video before this to get more information. I'm also going to do a step-by-step detail and probably document what exactly happens during an IDO or during IDO is an initial DEX offering, and what happens during a TGE. A TGE is a token gathering event, and that's what I'm going to be covering so that you can see the behind the scenes of how people get wrecked and how to avoid that stuff. Next article is American professional baseball team adopts Bitcoin BTC. Oakland Athletics has announced that its fans can now purchase its full Coliseum suites for the 2021 Major League MLB season for 1 Bitcoin. The team says the move is in bid to satisfy the yearning of fans while supporting innovation. From the Daily Hodl, Michael Sawyer says the best use of money and time is to buy Bitcoin. Expects BTC to go after gold and bonds. And here's a quote from that interview that he had with Angelo Robles, the chief executive of, not the chief executive, but he's the chief executive of this business intelligence company, MicroStrategy, Michael Sawyer. So the single most way to use money and time is to invest in Bitcoins, because you've got a once in a lifetime, once in a 50-year transformation where all of this 200 trillion of money is sitting in analog fiat instruments is being encrypted and converted into a digital instrument, which is thermodynamically sound. Time is money. Convert your money into Bitcoin. This is going to be about India and all the news that we've been seeing about India crypto banning. From BTCmanager.com, India's finance minister says government would allow citizens to experiment on crypto. Subheadline, while uncertainties surround India's cryptocurrency industry with rumors about an impending ban on crypto ownership, the country's finance minister stated the government was not going to block all options regarding cryptocurrency, which is good, because if they're going to be outside of this innovation, they're going to be missing out on a lot. Theta Network. So this is from Twitter. Theta Network is actually one of my favorite holds that I currently have as a long-term blue chip altcoin. They're solving the billion-dollar industry of bandwidth inside video streaming, and everybody is streaming. So if they can handle this right, they can implement and be the first to market, the first person to be able to get into this. They're gonna take a significant part of the market share, and it's solving a huge issue. Implementation is there, partnerships are there, and I'm glad to see this news. Theta Labs granted second US patent for ultra-high transactions throughput micropayments to support decentralized video and data delivery. A lot of backers, a lot of people working with them. Great team. I got in originally at about $197. It's about $8 from when I last checked earlier. Great team so far. From CryptoSlate.com, 4 tech firms have bought 66% of all Bitcoin mined since August. Subheadline, 3 firms from the US, 1 firm from China have bought over 66% of all new Bitcoin mined in the past 6 months, figures show. Spoiler alert, it's Tesla, MicroStrategy, Square, and Meitu, if I said that right, have bought 40% of the annual new supply of Bitcoin in the last 6 months, according to BTC_archive from Twitter. Polkadot from Crypto Potato, news from Crypto Potato. Polkadot, another project, blue chip that I'm excited about. I like what Gavin Wood is doing. He was the CTO of Ethereum, and I'm in a big group where a lot of people are super excited, a lot of Polkadot influencers, especially with parachains coming up. This just goes to highlight Polkadot to enhance interoperability between networks by releasing decentralized bridges. Let's move on. Next, this is an IDO or TGE event that I took part of earlier. Unfortunately, I couldn't get in at my really low price of probably about $2 at the time because I got front run by other people when trying to get ahead of this, but I still got a good entry at about $4.30. And I think at the last time I checked, this was $4.75. Polkadot cross-chain asset platform Konami closes $5 million raise ahead of IDO. I took part of the IDO, and they're trying to be the premier lending platform on the Polkadot network, from what one of my sources told me. So there was a lot of craziness that was happening there. Although I learned a lot from that, so I'll be sharing that for upcoming IDOs for those people who want to take part and learn more about trading on Uniswap and all the different tools that you can use so you don't get wrecked. Next story we're going to cover is from Blockworks.co. Grayscale launches 5 new digital asset trusts, said investors want diversification. In contrast to some of the Grayscale's other products, the new trust will invest in a range of alternative cryptocurrencies, including tokens from Oracle provider Chainlink and media advertising focus Basic Attention token. Basic Attention Network token is part of the Brave browser. If you're using the Brave browser, you get free tokens. That's actually what I'm using right now. And then Chainlink is another one of like the big altcoins that I'm invested into that's doing extremely well for me. Okay, next story. From beincrypto.com, crypto exchanges could be seeing 100,000 new users per day. This is great for adoption. We're seeing new platforms like Voyager experience this as well when you look at what happened with Robinhood. So it's great to see everything is starting to surge. Here's the sub headlines right here. Cryptocurrency exchanges are experiencing a surge in new users. Analyst Will Wu highlighted the number of new on-chain users totaling roughly 35,000 a day. The new users and use cases could put the asset class on the verge of mainstream adoption. Sorry, my webcam is in the way. Okay, next story. Chiliz, CHZ scores 1,600% gained in March as fan tokens outperform everything. And mesmerizing performance over the last 2.5 weeks brings serious returns to those who bought in February. Someone gave this to me as a tip early. We talked about it in our group. A lot of us didn't get into this because for some reason I don't take meme names as seriously as other names, and I just dismissed it. I should have done a lot more research on this. But this is basically the token that is partnering up with different sports, and as you can see right here with Barcelona FC and Paris Saint-Germain, they have their own tokens for these different sports companies. I wish I invested in this. I did have capital at that time to invest, but I put into other projects. I think my lesson from here is to make sure that I check into even if it has a name that I don't believe in. More institutional updates from cryptoslate.com. US bank Morgan Stanley to launch 3 Bitcoin funds. First sentence of the article: Morgan Stanley will launch 2 Bitcoin-focused funds as the demand for cryptocurrency picks up among institutional clients, reported business outlet CNBC on Thursday, citing 2 people with knowledge on the matter. Cointelegraph. Crypto.com becomes a principal member of the Visa network. Subheadline: Cryptocurrency exchange platform and card issuer Crypto.com has partnered with Visa and plans to debut fiat lending. From Finbull.com, Ethereum locked in DeFi, decentralized finance, hits an all-time high at 16.5 billion, 8.3% of its supply. Great news. when ETH 2.0 comes out and there's going to be burning of the tokens, we're going to see, I've been hearing news of price jumps in prices because of the increasing scarcity of Ethereum. I haven't dug into it a lot deeper than I probably should have. I'll cover it in a future video, but just know that that's coming out. From cryptoslate.com, US Federal Reserve says digital cash currencies can coexist with cash. Subheadline: the head of central banking authority said CBDCs are central bank digital currency. So from major governments, the central bank creates their own stable coin, and then this is what CBDC is. Can be allowed to coexist as long as they are regulated and function alongside fiat currencies. We're going to see this more as a trend in the narrative as more governments start to embrace the innovation and adoption of digital cryptocurrencies. Cointelegraph: Bitcoin is now too important to ignore, says Deutsche Bank. Global banking giant Deutsche Bank expects governments to start regulating Bitcoin by the end of 2021. I expect that to happen earlier, to be honest. From U.Today, this is with all the XRP things and updates that have been happening. SEC tells judge that XRP cannot be compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum during hearing. The SEC has explained the difference between XRP and Bitcoin to the judge. Basically, what happened was XRP told, when in their defense, was like, where's your analysis on Bitcoin and Ethereum, because XRP is similar to Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then so this is just an update on what the retort was, what the rebuttal was. Cardano by sentiment analysis on some of the platforms that I've been checking has just been taking off in terms of the hype in the community that continues to support Cardano. Here from newsbtc.com, Cardano listed on Coinbase, 88 price increases. And if you look on the side, you can see that Cardano is at $1.22 basically, and has seen a surge in price recently. Next, CryptoGlobe.com. Ethereum whales keep hodling as decentralized finance and ETH staked grows. This is something that we talked about earlier. First paragraph: ever since the price of Ethereum hit an all-time high above $2,000 last month, the number of addresses holding 10,000 or more ETH has barely changed, showing whales are holding on to their funds despite the dip. Reddit post: another project that I personally hold as well that I was excited about, Japanese coin within the gaming industry, has just been listed on Gemini. Engine Coin ENJ has been listed on Gemini. They've been making this is one of the big movers inside my portfolio as well. I think from my initial buy, I'm at a 6x, and it's just continuing to grow. U.Today. Binance-based DeFi project TurtleDex rug pulls. Converts 9,000 stolen BNB in ETH. This is unfortunate. You hate to see rug pulls. This is something that happens in Uniswap all the time, of different projects that say that they're legitimate, and then they rug pull, they pull the liquidity out of the platform because it's decentralized, and then they just take all the potential investors for their money. So be very careful of the different platforms and the different companies that you're investing. Always do your own research and really try to invest that time to just even check their Telegram groups, all the different social media, and then just check around with everybody else. But yeah, this is unfortunate. ZYCrypto.com. Crypto investment a major priority for nearly half of stimulus recipients. Sorry. First paragraph. Missing out on investing in the world's most valuable digital assets is a risk that a handful of Gen Z and millennials residing in the United States are not willing to take. So I went and I clicked on this to see the actual report. The actual report is right here. It's from the Harris poll. Nearly 1 in 10 Americans have used the stimulus checks to invest in crypto. That includes me. I didn't invest my first stimulus check in crypto. I should have. Actually, no, scratch that. I invested part of my first stimulus check in crypto. I invested all of my second stimulus check in crypto into Bitcoin that first time, right at when it was about probably around 12,000, all the way to this run up recently. And then this third stimulus check I'm not personally getting, but my girlfriend is, and I'm going to be investing that with in a more advanced strategy. Check out the latest video before this where I talk about if I were a beginner, how I would invest the third stimulus check. If I was advanced, this is what I'm doing with my girlfriend's stimulus check, what I'd be doing. I go into the talks about how I'd be looking for the next IDO, and then what I'd be looking for. There's going to be a future video coming out talking about how I'm going to the details, like what tools I use, what I'm looking for, how to do some conversions, and looking at my entries. I'm going to go into a detailed report or video in the future about how I'm going to do that. So look out for that. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet, and like the video so you can get notified for our future videos. Last, survey of 74%. This is from cryptoglobe.com of US accredited investors, quote, likely to invest, unquote, in Bitcoin this year. And here's a few highlights. According to the firm's Crypto Investing 2021 report, these were some of their findings. I'm going to cover this in a future video and dive into the actual report, but here are some of the highlights. 87% have heard of Bitcoin, 70% have invested in Bitcoin before. Only 27.2 of those who had not invested in Bitcoin would consider it. 67 have invested in altcoins. 74% are likely to invest in Bitcoin in the next year. 67 know about DeFi. 90% are likely to invest in DeFi. And I forget, there's a significant amount, maybe a third of them, that have portfolios over $1 million. So that is the recap of the TLDR crypto news for this week. I'm going to be releasing these every Friday at 1:30 p.m. PST. Subscribe to the channel to get notified for the next time. Also, throughout the week, I'm documenting my adventures in cryptocurrencies. So different things that happen when I tried Bitcoin, when I tried altcoins, when I find new coins to invest in, new altcoins based on the different groups I'm in. I'm going to cover that. I probably will cover that live eventually, but I'm going to do my initial research and then I'll cover that. So subscribe to the channel to get more news and analysis so you don't fall behind in crypto space. Thank you for everybody that's watching right now. Have a great day. Cheers. Talk soon. Have a great day. Talk later. Bye.